Well, now to our top story. A company that owns 11 senior apartment complexes here in Western New York is being forced to pay out millions of dollars. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mary Alice Demler. Scott is off tonight. The Clover Group was accused of ignoring federal disability standards at properties here and across the country. And tonight, Channel 2's Rob Hackford has more on the settlement that was reached to fix these problems. Rob?
Mary Alice, this $7.1 million settlement comes after years of work by 12 fair housing organizations across 6 states, including one here in Buffalo.
We think it's going to have a clear, direct benefit for those residents.
Daniel Corbett is Associate Director of Housing Opportunities Made Equal, or HOME, of Buffalo. They're one of the groups that worked on the federal civil rights lawsuit that claimed Clover Group failed to adhere to disability standards like allowing space for wheelchairs or access for people of all abilities.
Unfortunately, what we found is that this housing provider was deficient in many of these areas.
The settlement is being cut into several slices, with $3 million to retrofit common areas, like adding ramps and replacing difficult-to-traverse sidewalks that someone with a walker or wheelchair may not be able to use. Another $3.3 million will be for issues in individual apartments, but residents will have to ask to get those fixed.
Whether that means widening the doorways or lowering the counter tops or whatever modification that needs to be made.
The few people we spoke to at these Western New York complexes said while they personally haven't had any issues and enjoy where they live, they are glad to hear this settlement might help their neighbors who need it. Of course, making sure Clover Group follows through is another thing.
How are they going to be held accountable to make sure that those processes happen?
Yeah, it's a great question.
Corbett explained that Clover Group has agreed to certain monitoring and said that his group and others like it around the country will be checking in to make sure changes are being made.
We will be verifying that Clover is doing what they said that they will.
And while he says this settlement is a good thing, Corbett adds that HOME's greater goal of improving affordable housing doesn't start with litigation, but rather education.
We want to engage with the community, stakeholders on both sides of these issues, and we want to bring folks together and really ensure that everyone is aware of what their rights and responsibilities are.
Now, 2 on Your Side has reached out to the Clover Group for its response to the settlement, and we're still waiting to hear back. In the Information Center, Rob Hackford, Channel 2 News.